First, at the Pro Wrestling Show coming up at the Pro Wrestling Show presents the NXT Ring Report. As you see right here, NXT North American Champion Carmelo Hayes defends his title against Tony D'Angelo. Tony D'Angelo looking to add some gold to his stable. Can Tony D'Angelo get the job done? Or can Carmelo Hayes overcome an obstacle? We'll find out. Plus two, Alba Fire takes on Last Legend. Alba Fire takes on Last Legend, and Last Legend attack Alba Fire out of nowhere. What this rivalry gonna entail and go, we'll have to see and find out. Plus two, Cameron Grimes take on some jobber, which I don't know what's going on with that, but we'll see going forward with that one. Also, too, another man, Von Wagner takes on Bradley Jimson in a match. We'll see that match as well. And what's going on with Mr. McMahon? He's dancing with Too Cool. He's all over the place, doing kid and play, even playing jump rope with somebody, and even doing basketball. What's going on with Mr. McMahon? We'll talk about this latest meme as the Pro Wrestling Show starts right now with the NXT Ring Report. Hello, once again, everyone. This is Kendra Diggs here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Presents the NXT Ring Report. Thank you all for watching. Join in that conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect on YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe and share. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. And we thank you for watching here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Here on YouTube, we're going to get to it. Latest recaps on the NXT Ring Reports. As you see all these matches, these 4 pre-added matches on what's going on and stuff, as you see. So, we're going to get started with what's going on. Sora Sakai started the show off talking about he's going to take on Grayson Waller. Sora Sakai and Grayson Waller had their match, and what a match it was. Sora Sakai did try to put an upper hand after he feels like Grayson Waller is holding him from his destiny to be North American champion. Well, Grayson Waller got the win over Sora Sakai with some help. And Sora Sakai now figuring out what's going on, what's happening in the latest. Hopefully Sora Sakai figure out who did what to him and figure out quickly, because I know how Sora Sakai works, and he looking for vengeance in one way or another. Speaking of vengeance, we know that Tony D'Angelo acquired the services of La Familia Fantasma, and it was an uphill battle, but Tony D'Angelo looking to win his first goal in NXT by defeating tonight Carmelo Hayes to get one step closer to the NXT North American Championship. We'll see on that. But interesting interview with Mackenzie Mitchell did tonight, as well as she did with J.D. McGoggin. Jordan Drake or some whatever his name. He want to call himself J.D. McGoggin. So they're going about this. I don't know what this going to lead to, but we'll have to wait and see on that end. Plus, two, Casey Camarado and her friend, I forgot the name. They renamed them too. And now they won their match over some women jobbers. Look for that happening sooner rather than later. As well as Wesley was in the ring talking about him losing everything. He's lost. What's his name? Trick Williams came out there to damper the hamper and try to say this and that and try to say that he ain't nothing, he ain't gonna mount to nothing. I hate when folks do that, and it kind of like puts them in a bad light, in a bad showcase and stuff. So Wesley still might have a run left in him, but we'll see. Also, too, Roderick Strong right here teamed up with his new protege, Gabriel Stevenson's brother, in a match. Um, wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing impressive. I think it's coming off the stems of the Diamond Mine. Look for, I think, probably down the road be a tag team title match between them down the road. So look for that to see how all that's gonna play out. With Ryan Strong and Gable's brother challenging their own teammates for the tag team titles, causing dissension even more in the Diamond Mine. Also, to the lovely, talented, toxic attraction, Mandy Rose, luster group. Mandy Rose now. With all the gold, Mandy Rose did like a little pre-promo. You see, but we'll see how that's gonna play out sooner rather than later eventually. Also, too, Cameron Grimes turning heel in a way, showing his true heel because he went against this dude right here. And Cameron Grimes won the match. And Cameron Grimes gonna show a nasty streak that he wants to be NXT champion one way or another, at the worst way. We'll see how that's gonna play out sooner rather than later. Um, and he'll get his shot at Braun Breaker for the NXT title at the Great American Bash. So that's why I guess he's trying to show this mean streak, this nasty streak that he's showing to show how nasty he be if he wants the NXT title. Remember he said last week that his dad saw him won the NXT title, but he said his dad didn't because his dad was in heaven. His dad was no longer here. It kind of caused a lot of ruckus right there. But speaking of that, Nikita Lyons making her return back to NXT. Nikita Lyons wants the NXT Women's Champion. She returns next week. We'll see what's going on with Nikita. And Nikita now gets the latest, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. So we'll see how this is gonna play out sooner rather than later going forward. Also, too, Von Wagner was in action. Von Wagner defeated none other than Brooks Jensen in a match. Brooks Jensen didn't really have no chance. Von Wagner destroyed him piece by piece and left him laying in the middle of the ring. So Brooks Jensen didn't have no choice. He lost to Von Wagner in a classic kind of way. Also, too, you can tell right here, these women right here gonna set toe to toe next week. Roxanne Priere and what's over their name? Case Katana Chance and whatever their name is. That made no sense. They're gonna get whoever wins this match become the number one contenders for the women's tag team championship. These women will meet Toxic Attraction next week. So who's gonna punch their ticket? Meet Toxic Attraction next week. So we'll see. Also, too, Last Legend took on Alba Fire. Alba Fire was gonna use her baseball bat. We see right here, Last Legend taking on Alba Fire. You can tell Last Legend got like a face like her daddy. She took on Alba Fire and lost. Alba Fire probably won the match, but Last Legend trying to get the upper hand using that baseball bat. So we'll see how all this is gonna play out down the road between these two women. I think it's far from over between Last Legend and Alba Fire. Just getting started. I can tell you that right now. Also, too, the NXT North American Championship was on the line, as you can see right here. Tony DeAngelo challenging NXT champion Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes been on a winning streak. I think, to me, he would be a talented superstar going on to the main roster, but WWE wouldn't know what to do with him. That's why they got to keep him in NXT as long as they can. That's why Johnny Gargano, all of them stayed in their way. But they'll look at Carmelo Hayes' tag team partner, since he's taller, and give him a chance than Carmelo Hayes himself. I think both of them should get a chance because of their talent. But at the end, as you can tell right here, Um, you can see we yeah, but at the end you can see right here the the family was not happy one bit whatsoever. The family felt like it should have been Tony DeAngelo's night, his moment. It wasn't that for his moment there. And so we can tell that Tony D'Angelo got some unresolved issues with Santos Escobar and what he did tonight. And you can tell what he did tonight was not right. And he's gonna figure out a way to get payback. As you can tell right here. Carmelo Hayes looked like he was kind of eyeing like Tony D'Angelo did that to do it for his purpose. So it was like that. So it was a lot going on. Still some questions to be unanswered, but we'll never get until later on that night, on later on to next week, or sometime next week. So hey, it be that way. All right, that ends the NXT Ring Report. Let's move forward. Let's move forward quickly to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, many you may be aware that we're gonna hear tomorrow for the AEW Ring Report and why Christian did what he did and attacked Jungle Boy and betrayed him. Jungle Boy's trust. And I don't think that's right, but Jungle Boy got attacked. We heard that Jungle Boy got concerto by Christian. We'll have on the AEW Ring Report tomorrow night on why Christian did what he did and what's the consequences for Christian's actions and why he did what he did. Also, too, well, as we can tell right here, this is the AEW Twitter account saying we'll hear from Christian. So there's a lot going on. So we'll see. Maybe Christian felt jealous and stuff that Younger Boy was getting more popular, and it wasn't supposed to be that way, but it ends up being that way most of the times. Also, too, Mr. McMahon jumping out of something. I don't know what the hell he just jumped off. They didn't want to show that, but Mr. McMahon jumped out trying to show he was trying to make an appearance on Raw, I guess to get some sympathy out, and he jumped, and they didn't show the cameras and stuff of him jumping. Well, everyone did memes, and even this right here, Mr. Man jumping from a basketball, trying to show himself. Um, it was a lot going on. He jumped from there to let's see. He was dancing with Too Cool. That's his old tag team, getting down with Too Cool. Even doing kid and play. Oh yeah. Even jump from where he wanted to jump from. Even playing jump rope. That's crazy. Even playing jumping out the pool. Even doing Mario. Mamma mia. He was jumping everywhere. Vince was just jumping out like Jeff Hardy in a way. Doing the some dance fade or some jump from the moon. Being the Joker, jumping. Then they had that meme. But Vince McMahon just jumping after people reaction, and he did a meme of him jumping. So I guess Vince gonna be. He didn't appear on NXT tonight because he didn't know what's going on with that. But Mr. McMahon being jovial with that, but he's no longer the. He's still running WWE, but he's no longer the. He stepped back as the chairman and the CEO. And there's also some news too that Sean Ross, what's his name? Sean Ross Sapp informed that Bruce that to confirm that talent were informed that Bruce Pritchard is the head of the interim head of talent relations after John Laurinaitis people power had been placed on administrative leave. So John what's his name? Bruce Pritchard got a boat full of stuff that he got to run. Woo! That's just a lot. That's a lot. First, you got to allow him his plate. He's a WWE executive director for Raw and SmackDown, and now he's the head of talent relations at the moment. John Laurinaitis is on administration leave. People power, people power. Who remember that? People power, people power. Yeah, hope he knows what he's doing. Tell you that right now. Well, speaking of that, Finn Balor, people are outraged that Finn Balor and Rey Mysterio got demoted this week from Raw to main event, which really don't make no sense. Finn Balor, newest member of the Judgment Day, and Rey Mysterio, I really don't get this. But you never know. It just really don't make no sense. But, you know, we'll see how all this going to play out down the road. But this should have been on Raw. This should not have been on main event. But that just let you know how dirty thinking in theory is going forward and stuff like that. Well, like we say right here, this is the current Money in the Bank ladder match. They're supposed to be adding more members in coming up this week on Raw and SmackDown. Representing Raw is Seth Rollins and Almas, and representing SmackDown, Sheamus and Drew McIntyre has joined the fray in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Speaking of the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, representing Raw, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Asuka, a former Money in the Bank winner, as well as Alexa Bliss, who knows a thing or two about winning Money in the Bank. Both her and Asuka. Remember, Asuka was supposed to cash in, but she won the Raw Women's Championship along with the briefcase. But now, newcomers such as Lacey Evans, who was in it one time before, and Kel Gonzalez making their statement known on SmackDown that they want to win it for their blue brand, and one of them could probably challenge Ronda for the championship. I know, what's her name, Raquel Gonzalez would love to get her hands and challenge Ronda, but we'll see. Like Alexa and Liv and Asuka, they would want to cash in on Bianca Belair. But Bianca Belair got her hands full, and she takes on Carmelo in a rematch from last year. So there's a lot going on with that. Plus, two, um, Austin Theory defends his United States Championship against Lashley. So everything's coming to fruition, and we'll have the predicted outcome for Money in the Bank next weekend. And so you stick around here on Pro Wrestling Show to hear from that. All right, we're gonna end with Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams, right here on what's going on. Carmelo Hayes overcomes and defeats Tony DeAngelo and retains his championship. We'll see you tomorrow night for the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Ring Report, and we'll try to hear out why Christian did what he did. I've been your host, Kendrick Dixon, so long, and thank you for watching the Pro Wrestling Show.